about it, and really the activities in the book can be adapted to families, and they can be adapted to team building events. So really, it's not, we wrote it because we are three girlfriends that wrote the book, but it certainly doesn't have to be girlfriends that can enjoy the activities in the book. So if you're game to go ahead with this, especially the guys in the room, I'm game. So, all right, good. I wanted to give you a little bit more about my background. As Marissa said, I was in corporate finance for over 25 years before my inner gamer took over. And my true calling is in event planning and game creation and really helping people, especially women, live their best lives. I'm a certified life coach and a Zumba instructor and a devoted hospice volunteer. I volunteer at hospice every Thursday morning. And I'm passionate about keeping physically fit and healthy and about keeping joy in my life. And I also golf with my husband on the weekends, and I run. I'm a runner. And I grew up in Toledo, Ohio, and I know Diane grew up in Cleveland area. I grew up with 4 siblings in a neighborhood full of kids. Remember, those were the days, right? I mean, there were so many kids in the neighborhood running around. And when I was 10 years old, I organized this, I called it a summer school for the kids in the neighborhood, much to the delight of all the kids and their parents. And I organized the whole, it was a 1 day a week. I organized the agenda, created all these different games, and that's really the beginning of my passion for game creation and for organizing activities when I think back at it. You know, we used to make the hats out of newspapers and march around the block with pots and pans, you know, and those were the days. But then, you know, life gets in the way, and I went to school at the University of Toledo while I was working full-time as an executive secretary, and got my degree at night in corporate finance. And that started my career. For 25 years I was in corporate finance. And it was a very successful career, but, you know, kind of felt that something was missing. And my career took me from Ohio down to Tennessee to Toronto, Ontario, and that's where I met my 2 co-authors and very dear friends, Lynn Everett and Julie Smethurst. So we worked together at a pharmaceutical company up there 20 years ago or more. And then 17 years ago, I moved here to Charleston. And when I moved here, of course, I had to leave all my friends behind, and Lynn and Julie and I would just get together a few times a year. And we got together in places like Vegas, New York City, Charleston a lot, Toronto a lot, Hilton Head. And one of the places that we started getting together is a halfway point between Toronto and Charleston. And I don't know if you think of geography, but it was Beckley, West Virginia. That's where we got. That's where we started getting together. And when we got together, we did a lot of drinking wine and giggling, but we also started to engage and create games that really came out of self-help books. And we put these games or these activities into words, and the best became Drink Wine and Giggle. So Drink Wine and Giggle is actually a book of 100 activities to do. Let's see, where am I? So, gosh, that's pretty good. So if this is okay with you, I would like to read a little bit of the introduction in the book, and then answer any questions you might have. And then, if you're game, there's one of the activities in the book. It's called A Night at the Improv, and it's about improvisation, which is really kind of thinking on your feet. But you don't have to stand, you can sit. And, you know, we'll call it a morning at the improv, since the time of day that it is. So if that's okay with you, and then I'll have our books available too, if anybody would like to purchase them. I can't sell them here in the room, as you probably know the drill. I'll have to sell them, I think, on the porch. I can do that. So we have to keep Gary happy. So anyway, this is the book here, Drink Wine and Giggle, and there's a picture of the 3 of us authors on the back. and it just came out in October, so we're very, very happy with it. The introduction starts like this, and it starts with a quote. And the quote is from an anonymous friend. A friend is someone who knows you as you are, understands where you've been, accepts who you've become, and still gently invites you to grow. Drink, wine, and giggle. That's all our husbands thought we did when the three of us got together for one of our retreats. Although the men in our lives may have been right about our earliest girlfriend get-togethers, over time we started bottling our own fun. None of us can remember who was the first to roll down that steep, grassy hill in West Virginia with all the fearlessness and abandon of a 5-year-old. But whoever it was, she tapped into our common desire to roll away from the familiar. Those early experiments with the weightlessness and nausea of childhood eventually led to conversations in song, chuck-it lists, index cards piled high with the things that we love, and countless other activities, the best of which became Drink, Wine, and Giggle. 3 women with academic backgrounds in finance and marketing, we met and became friends when we worked together at the same multinational company. As our friendship grew, so did our desire to get more out of life. We wanted to make our lives more closely resemble the things we love. All of the self-help books tell you to find your passion and follow your bliss, but often your talents come so naturally to you that they don't feel like talents at all. You need a friend to tell you that you are exceptional and that your talents are worth pursuing on a grander scale. And you need more than one approach to expand your concept of who you are and what is possible. And this is where Drink, Wine, and Giggle has helped us and can help you. The activities in Drink, Wine, and Giggle broaden our perspectives, taught us a lot about our true selves, and as the knowledge gained from our experiences fomented, changed our lives in ways that we never expected. It's no coincidence that our lives expanded in tandem with the agendas of our girlfriend get-togethers. Through the activities we did together, we discovered a formula for personal growth that produced moments of meaning where random yearnings and aimless wanderings finally made sense. And we all know as women, when you hit upon those aha moments, like when you discover that you'd rather be a pastry chef than an investment banker, you have to share them with your girlfriends. So that's a little bit about the introduction, and I wanted to tell you a little bit more about the sections of the book. There's 4 sections: mind, body, soul, and funny bone, with 25 activities in each. The mind section increases mental fitness through learning something new or looking at things a little bit differently. The body really talks about fashion, beauty, nutrition, exercise, but the focus is really on your own personal style and your health. The soul activities are encourage awareness of yourself and contribution to others. And then the funny bone activities are whimsical playtimes. It really gets to your inner child, where silliness rules and we abandon all self-consciousness. So that's a little bit about the introduction of the book, and I would like to try one of the activities with you. But before I do that, can I answer, is there any questions that you might have right now?